Hey guys, guess what? I'm sick. It's great. Everything's good. I'm gonna drink this bottle of orange juice and this bottle of cough syrup, and then everything will be better. But in the meantime, we had a new episode of Kamen Rider Build. Episode 17. Rider Wars Start. I think that's what it's called. So, So we start out. Hokuto is just at war with Toto. That's cool. You can kind of see the map over there in the background, but I don't feel like getting up because my legs hurt. So Hokuto is at war with Toto, and they're launching all their different like crazy things, and people are dying, and it's sad. Meanwhile, the Hokuto Prime Minister is in that weird triangle room with the Sato Prime Minister and being like, hey, by the way, why don't you join the winning side? And the Sato guy is like, I'll think about it. But then what's his name? Bloodstock? Bloodstock shows up and he's like, you really want Sato to side with you? And the Sato Prime Minister is gone. It's just the Hokuto Prime Minister. And she's like, nah, but it's all my plans so that, they won't interfere with me invading the pacifist nation violently with guns. We do find out that the Pandora's box has 60 bottles with each panel of Pandora's box because there are 6 panels, because it's a 3-dimensional cube. Each one of those has 10 bottles on it. So that's cool. I guess 40 of them were in Toto, which is why Build had so many and why I guess Bloodstock was purifying so many in Toto. So if there are 40 in there, presumably there's 10 in Hokuto and 10 in Sato. Speaking of bottles in Hokuto, we get the Hokuto 3, and each of these 3 guys uses a bottle to transform into a smash. But the smashes are strong. Stronger than, like, Build or Cross That Dragon by themselves. So at least hazard level 4 or 5. As opposed to Build having, like, a 3.8, I think. I keep dropping my notes. So the Hokuto 3. Each of them has a transformation bottle. And they turn into Castle, Owl, and Stag Beetle. With Castle being the leader. Owl makes jokes like Banjo's like, what are you guys, idiots? And the guy who turns into Owl is like, he is, pointing at Castle. They probably have names, but as far as I know, they don't. So they're pretty strong, and they beat up Build and Cross that Dragon. So I don't know why Build didn't use his power-up form during that fight. He was just like his standard rabbit tank. A sentence I often find myself saying now is his standard rabbit tank form instead of his rabbit tank sparkling form. So they're at the base and Banjo finds like a new belt and freaking Sento is like, no, don't use it. It's not ready. It's a weapon. Banjo's like, but we're losing, and Sento's like, don't use it. And then Banjo's shirt, his shirt has an English text on it, but it's Japan. His shirt reads, "Keep your mind be open window every day." So, I want that shirt. This is sort of like a side note, but it has the early Adobe Premiere sort of layered texture. It reminds me a lot of the Spoony one. Anyway. So we get back to Toto. Mizora is all crying because, like, she purified these bottles and now everyone's dying, and you see these kids crying like, "Mommy," while the ambulance is pulling their dead mother off the streets, and you have all these crying children, and it's sad. The guy who's going to be Kamen Rider Grease shows up and just punches a Smash right in the chest. Mind you, he's not transformed, he's just wearing like a brown jacket, not transformed at all. The Smash flies backwards and explodes, and Banjo sees this and he's like, "Whoa, you must be so powerful. I bet you have a really cool toy that's, moderately priced that all the children should have." And but he like falls down and he's like, "My hand hurts. I punched too hard." And it's like, okay, that's cute. So we don't know what his hazard level is, but I take it that he's pretty strong, since it seems pretty strong. Gentaro calls up Banjo and he's like, "Use the new belt." And Banjo's like, "But Sento said no, though." And Gentaro's like, "You gonna listen to him?" It's like, yeah, I mean, you should. So he uses the new belt, and it has the ability of taking a bottle and turning it into jelly. But also, it just has a completely new bottle type because it has to fit in the belt. So I'm not really sure. I'm gonna throw up. It's gonna be great. I have work today. I'm not really sure, like, story-wise, what it means now that there are two dragon bottles, one that's a jelly form and one that's not. But whatever. He uses it to become Cross Z Dragon Charge by taking the dragon power and turning it into jelly. And a cool note that I like is when he's fighting, it does the insert song, the build theme song. I forget what the words are. But it also has dubstep. Just in the middle of it, when he's using his weapon, dubstep music starts up and during the insert song, and I think that was pretty cool. So, not a whole lot happened this week. We get introduced to new characters, but like, the Hokuto 3 lose their bottles at the end of the fight, and Build takes them, so like, what was the point of introducing characters like that when they could have just been regular Smashes? I guess they have to be more powerful since, like, you want to show off the new Rider belt. But at the same time, like, why? I don't get it. I guess the Hokuto 3 could come back conceivably using different bottles or something. Eventually maybe getting Rider belts. I doubt it. Grease shows up next week, apparently, and also of note, there was a commercial showing that Kiva is getting a Blu-ray box set, and I heard a rumor that he might be getting a figure art soon, so maybe Kiva will become popular again. I don't know, I doubt it. Alright, I'm gonna call this an episode, because I feel sick, and I don't want to film anymore. And I'll talk to you guys next week when maybe, hopefully, I'm not sick. Okay, bye.